Silly butts, we back. Let's get it.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te dicen? Vamos. ¿De dónde eres? ¿Para quién trabajas?
Commander.
This is Omar Flores, aka El Vago. He was a well-known cartel boss and the son of an even bigger drug lord in Michoacan, Mexico. So how did he end up remembered on camera, and why? Well, it all comes back to the same problem. The Jalisco New Generation Cartel,
we already know they not
the CJNG.
Man.
It's just non-stop brutality with these guys. And as the cartels fight each other for dominance, the CJNG always seem to come out on top. Let's explore the rise and fall of El Vago, as well as the war between the CJNG and the Familia Michoacana cartel. Trigger warning, this video will discuss very graphic details. Watch
you heard what he said, silly butt. Watch at your own risk. Like, subscribe.
The core of today's video lies in Michoacan, a big province in southwestern Mexico. Michoacan was the birthplace of both CJNG and Familia Michoacana. La Familia Michoacana, or the Michoacan family, was once part of the Los Zetas, the brutal army of the Gulf Cartel. But much like Los Zetas, La Familia Michoacana split from the Gulf Cartel in 2006 under the guidance of Carlos Alberto Rosales Mendoza. For all of his life, Carlos was an enemy of El Mencho, the brutal leader of the CJNG. Before founding his own cartel, El Mencho was working for the Milenio cartel. And what had Carlos done? He'd unite his small cartel with the Gulf cartel and Los Zetas to destroy the Milenios. Needless to say, the two bosses were arch enemies throughout their whole adult lives, until Carlos Mendoza's death in December 2015. As Carlos's body was found in a parking lot shortly after Christmas, one can only imagine who was behind his assassination. But their war didn't end with Carlos. Much like the notorious CJNG, the Michoacana family is famously violent. Its sicarios regularly use torture as a means of intimidation, and they don't shy away from displaying dismembered bodies in public spaces. In 2006, nightclub goers in Uruapan were shocked to find 5 severed heads on the dance floor. La Familia had left a message saying, "The family doesn't kill for money. It doesn't kill women. It doesn't kill innocent people, only those who deserve to die. Know that this is divine justice." Divine justice. Right. On July 14, 2009, the Michoacan family captured and murdered 12 Mexican federal police agents and dumped their bodies along the side of a mountain highway, together with a written message. "So that you come for another, we will be waiting for you here." And just like bigger cartels, La Familia also invests money in putting their people high up in the government. By keeping officials in their pocket, they're protected from prison no matter how horrific their crimes are.
Julio Cesar Godoy Toscano, elected July 5th to the lower house of Congress, is accused of being in charge of protection for the cartel, said Monte Alejandro Rubido Garcia, head of the National Public Security Council.
As the Familia Michoacana bosses were arrested or killed, some of its members fled and formed their own cartel, the Knights Templar. But La Familia remained a serious threat to the CJNG, as they made most of their money from methamphetamine trade, which El Mencho wants to monopolize. After a 4-year-long operation, the DEA led a huge raid against La Familia in 2009. They arrested 303 people and seized over 700 pounds of amphetamine, 130 pounds of white powder, weapons, labs, and $3.4 million. So yeah, La Familia wasn't exactly a small cartel either. However, the cartel Jalisco New Generation is considered Mexico's bloodiest cartel ever since El Mencho created it in 2009.
Cartel de Jalisco Nueva Generación, CJNG, is the single criminal organization most responsible for these deaths on both sides.
This ain't like no thing to start making other cartels to want to turn up more and kill innocent people
with a rocket-propelled grenade.
Tonight, the DEA is offering $10 million for information leading to the arrest of the Mexican drug kingpin known as El Mencho.
And El Mencho's hometown is Aguililla, Michoacan. Why is this relevant? Well, it seems like he's obsessed with keeping Michoacan his, even more than he is the rest of Mexico.
Ocho, en Aguililla, ocho heridos, X13, ocho.
This is an actual 2015 attack caught on camera, as 14 police officers were ambushed and killed in El Mencho's hometown. The CJNG boss will kill anyone, rival cartels, officers, even civilians, if he thinks they're in his way. He reduces entire cities to ghost towns in an attempt to control the most profitable smuggling routes and production territories.
El aguaje se convirtió en un pueblo fantasma. Las casas pues ya no son las mismas, todas están balaceadas. Antes aquí es donde estaban los Jaliscos. Esto era la barricada de ellos, todo esto.
You might think other cartels would have been intimidated into submission, but violence is only normalized in the cartel world. Few bosses back down, even when a powerful cartel seems to win the war. And La Familia Michoacana, as you already know, was also famous for their monstrous level of brutality. So sometime in the 2010s, the CJNG found 12 of their men dead, dismembered, and burned, packed into the back of a truck. That's not all. La Familia left a proud message to the Jalisco New Generation cartel. Forgive me, Chito Cano. I forgot to get you a Mother's Day present, but I send it to you here. Sincerely, La Familia Michoacana. Alejandro Chito Cano was the head of CJNG operations in Michoacan. Clearly, this was a call to war. This gruesome move cost them the life of one of their most trusted men, Omar Flores, aka El Vago. Trigger warning. The next bit of this video is about to get extremely graphic. Skip ahead a couple of minutes if you don't want to hear this. El Vago was still in his early 20s when the CJNG captured him, but he was already a very high-ranking member of La Familia Michoacana. El Vago was the nephew of Lalo Mantecas, one of the founders and leaders of La Familia. Much like El Chapo's sons, Los Chapitos, are now in charge of the Sinaloa cartel, El Vago was considered a cartel boss in La Familia. After all, the very name of his cartel implies that family is at the top of their values. Sadly though, El Vago would pay for his role in the war in the most gruesome way imaginable. A day or two after El Vago's kidnapping, the CJNG posted one of their famous torture videos online. This is how they sent their message to La Familia. They punished El Vago for the crimes of his whole family, and they filmed every second of it for his loved ones to see. This video begins with El Vago sitting on a bucket facing the camera. As in most cartel torture videos, his captors start off by asking him questions about himself. Then, they make him downgrade his own cartel and praise his kidnappers as cartel.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te dicen? Vago. ¿De dónde eres? ¿Para quién trabajas? ¿Qué plazas controla? La doble y las pizzas. ¿Cuánta gente trae el fierro? 5 pistoleros. ¿Cuánto te pagan? $12,000. ¿Tienes miedo? ¿Dónde has peleado? ¿Dónde llegan los sicarios que mandan para Huetán? ¿Quién está más organizado? ¿La FM o el Cartel Jalisco? ¿Eres inocente? ¿Sicario?
Oh, yeah, you're done. You're done.
Ahí está. No te pura gente inocente. Aquí mandan las 4 letras a la verga. ¿Qué le mandas a decir a tu papito Fierro?
Omar's captors are holding a scimitar sword to his neck. That's a huge, grim-looking sword used in many ISIS torture videos. After Omar's captors are done interrogating him, they lift the shirt over his face, and the nightmare begins. First, his executioner pulls his arms above his head and starts hacking away at his left arm. Indeed, this is not a slow process, or a clean one-move cut. Omar's arms are cut off slowly, with blood spilling everywhere like in a bad horror movie. Poor Omar is alive throughout this whole process until both of his arms came off. At this point, one of the sicarios picked up one of his arms and points it at the camera, mocking the Michoacan family for sending Omar their way. Omar doesn't scream at all. He is most likely in a state of shock, unable to react to the horror of what's happening to him, and sadly, the ordeal wasn't over yet. Next, the executioner grabs the scimitar sword again and proceeds to do the same to Omar's legs. Within a few seconds, the video cuts, and it's safe to assume that Omar has lost consciousness at this point. Next, the video shows Omar's fully armored body, his head resting on top of his body. Behind this horrific picture is a CJNG sicario holding a rifle gun and reading a statement to the camera. He says something along the lines of,
fucked up.
The Jalisco New Generation cartel will continue to support all of the people within Estado de Mexico who want to join our army to finish off the Familia Michoacana rats. We are the people of I've seen your Titocano. We don't lack money as these dumbasses claim. Remember, our cartel is the richest with a presence that spans all of Mexico. We are here to support all of the common people that live in fear of being kidnapped or that have to burst fully armored body, his head resting on top of his body. Behind this horrific picture is a CJNG Sicario holding a rifle gun and reading a statement to the camera. He says something along the lines of, "The Jalisco New Generation Cartel will continue to support all of the people within Estado de Mexico who want to join our army to finish off the Familia Michoacana rats. We are the people of I've seen your Titocano. We don't lack money as these dumbasses claim. Remember, our cartel is the richest with a presence that spans all of Mexico. We are here to support all of the common people that live in fear of being kidnapped or that have to pay the extortion money of those bottom feeders. Open your eyes. Do not continue to support them, as even if you pay money to them, they'll still make you become lookouts for them, sometimes without even paying you, which only risks you getting killed by us, because once they realize we're here, they run away, leaving you in a problematic situation. To reiterate, any respect that you have towards the government, as long as you stop supporting the Familia Michoacana and that dumb Almada who's threatening the ministries, don't worry about it, as we will hang him from a bridge one of these days."
Damn,
the CJNG have such a warped view of reality that they portray themselves as honorable people on the side of justice. They claim they're on the side of the common folk and they're only ridding the world of nasty people. All the while, they do just what their rivals do, if not worse. The fact that this Sicario claims he supports the people as he stands next to a dismembered body only goes to show their hypocrisy. Just a quick note for you guys. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Don't go looking for these videos on the dark web. Watching real-life brutality like this only gives you sleepless nights and, in the long run, desensitizes you to violence. You don't want either of those. As of 2023, La Familia Michoacana has splintered into tinier factions, many of which have been destroyed by the CJNG. Los Zetas, or the Knights Templar cartel members, have been tortured and killed on camera too, as the CJNG continues to spread fear and panic throughout Mexico. But when it comes to Michoacan, they claim people shouldn't fear them. They're only protecting innocent people from the scum of the earth, cartels who extort, kidnap, and kill for money. Funny though, the CJNG are responsible for the vast majority of extortions, kidnappings, and killings in Mexico, including Michoacan. The avocado industry, which is the strongest in Michoacan, is directly suffering because the CJNG has laid claim to it in the most violent way.
They said they were going to throw a party for us.
They businesses and shit. They avocado business.
What does that mean?
Like just
they say they are going to throw a party when they are going to disappear a person. That's the kind of threat that keeps you up at night. You can't sleep, you're always on guard, you can't go out.
As the avocado demand went up in the US, so did the price, and so the CJNG decided to monopolize this business too.
All this crime is a consequence of the increase of price of avocado.
Oh, they blaming Americans. Oh shit. Well, they coming for us next.
Now all of this has exploded. The extortion, kidnappings, you have to pay for protection. I'm afraid of losing my family or having them lose me.
They will literally stop at nothing to control Michoacan.
Known by their Spanish acronym CJNG, they are equipped with military weaponry, grenade launchers, drones that drop bombs. They're using booby traps, landmines, and these homemade armored trucks called monsters. Their currency is fear.
So as you've probably figured, civilians are also killed in their attacks, as are dozens of poor farmers trying to make an honest living. In 2019, the CJNG invaded Uruapan, the second largest Michoacan city, to take control of its booming avocado industry. Within a few days, they left 19 dismembered bodies all across town. 6 of them were left hanging from a bridge. Imagine seeing this on your way to work or school. And yeah, these weren't rival cartel members. They were people involved in the local avocado trade, and their death was a tactic to scare other farmers into submission, paying protection, or simply giving their business to the cartel.
Everything that produces money, they're going to be interested in. They're going to scare those people. They're going to take the lands, their houses, everything they own. In Michoacan, the avocado industry, first they start like taxing them with like 10% of their gains. And then they say like, why it's not easier just to take over? Give me like the property titles, or I will kidnap your daughter. I will extort you if you don't. I'm gonna shoot you. And that's what happened. They're taking over.
So yeah, if you see a CJNG video claiming they're on the side of the people, don't believe them.
Damn. You heard what he said,
The CJNG's war with La Familia Michoacana came to an end, starting with poor El Vago. But their war with other cartels and the Mexican government is far from over. And as they continue to terrorize everyone, it's likely more horrible videos will surface. It's their way of letting people know they're not to be messed with. Hopefully, though, we'll see an end to their brutality as authorities think of newer, better ways to capture drug lords and end the horror show.
You the one going to look for all them videos. So you the one up all night.
Hey, thanks for watching.
That's how you
what
know
are your thoughts on today's
not to be
video?
up all night.
Do you know of any similar CJNG videos? Let me know in the comment section. And before you go, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell button. On to next time.
Hey, it's your boy DtaeNoDinero, man. Hey, hit the like button if y'all like the video. Hit the subscribe. I definitely want to say thanks to everybody that has subscribed and been watching the videos and staying tuned in with your boy. You know I don't be doing nothing but keeping y'all tuned in with all the latest that's going on with the cartels. And if y'all don't really like some, man, let me know too, man. I'll stop dropping so many of them. But in the meantime, I'm out. Peace. See you, bye.